You ab-crunching jackass.
That was rude and I'm assuming preemptive. Hello, Fel. Thank you for the squats and the crunches right off the bat. I guess now's a good time to do them while we're waiting to log in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a good way to wake up because I took a short nap before stream and I was having a hard time getting up. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh boy. But welcome in. I hope you're having a fantastic... What day is it? Wednesday? Thursday? Is it Friday? I don't even know anymore. It's a day, yes. It is a day. I don't know why, but right now... It's a day that isn't the weekend, this is true. But right now, for whatever reason, my headset is making me very echoey in my head. And it's throwing me off. Let's get going. Pick up immediately where we left off. I don't know the first thing about farming, but if there's a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu, then we're going to find it. I'll make Bakul Jaja eat his words. Understanding the nature of the problem will be the key to solving it. We need to examine the reeds themselves and then deduce the cause of their poor condition. Aaronvale, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are grown? Of course, follow me. The fact that we're still using Aaronvale like a guide when he's more of a companion now, that's a rude. Very rude. You can all stand back. I'll get to the bottom of the problem in no time. By all means, do it yourself, Fuklamat. Let's see if we actually get anywhere. Give me strength. Let's all scour the fields. That will help. Scour the fields and help our bold leader identify anything unusual. Seriously, I have no idea why I'm sounding so echoey to myself. It's really throwing me off. Is this any better? I don't know if that's... No, it's not any better. I also feel like there's... Maybe I'm getting sick. Maybe I'm getting sick. But I feel like my voice is just... It's not voicing properly. As Zanuhali is described, the reeds appear wilted and unhealthy. The water contains no obvious contaminants and looks fresh, clear at a cursory glance. The soil in the paddies is as one would expect, rich in color and suitably moist, not dry nor flaky. Yeah, can't have dry and flaky. That's what Head and Shoulders is for. That was a very, very poor joke. I'm sorry. That would hurt me. That one really hurt me. A small frog catches your eye, strangely lackadaisical. It doesn't even bother to hop away when It eventually scurries away. Is the frog high? I feel like the frog is high. How high are you? No, it's high. How are you? Seen enough? I'll call everyone together and we can share our discoveries. Well, what do we think? Any obvious problems? Let's hear your observations first, dear leader. I agree. The waters look to be of good quality, as does the mud, which the reeds have been planted. The frogs and insects are usually torpid. This suggests the problem is affecting not only the reeds, but also the creatures which live among them. Could something invisible to the naked eye be polluting the water? We would need an alchemist to know for certain. I don't have much to add to this add about the fields, but something else occurs to me. When you were describing how the creatures seemed lifeless, I couldn't help but be reminded of all the listless villagers. They've suffered a terrible tragedy, I know, but there is another reason for their flagging spirits, I believe. Go on. The festival. This is traditionally an occasion for celebration and renewal, so without it, the Hanu are struggling even more to recover. You're a fucking idiot. The last time I visited, the village was in the middle of the festivities. You'll never have seen the Hanu more joyful and alive. It is an indispensable part of their culture, and its absence will only compound their woes. So I say we help put on their festival, give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Who knows, maybe fixing one problem could lead us to a solution for the other. I don't know about that. Is it so strange an idea? Yes, it is. I also failed to see the relation between the festivals and fields. Let's not be too hasty in dismissing the idea. Things which seem unrelated can later prove to be connected in surprising ways. True, and being bereft of ideas as we are, any proposal is worth entertaining. I suppose. Besides, this is Wu Klamat's journey. It's only right that we follow her lead. Fuck me, dude. Very well. Thanks, everyone. By the way, does anyone know where the festival float is? It's like a boat woven from reeds that looks like a bird. In a big building to the north, let's go and see it. There's much less debate when I'm traveling alone. I mean, you're not wrong. Actually, now that I think about it, usually there's more debate when I'm by myself than when I am with others, because I feel like I talk to myself a lot more. Maybe it's a streamer thing, maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know. But I do find myself talking to myself quite often, and responding to myself to make it even stranger. Like I will at times narrate my daily life. Why I do it, I don't know. It's like I'm talking through what I'm doing out loud, and I will respond to it, and then I'll stop and I'll look at myself and I'll be like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing this? The hell is wrong with you? Have I ever found an answer to what the hell is wrong with me? No, I haven't. Will I ever find an answer to what the hell is wrong with me? Probably not. Yes, this is the float I remember. Does not appear somewhat damaged to you. We should take a closer look. Inspect the float, yada yada yada. They both signal. It's missing an eye. Oh dear, one of the bird's eyes seems to be missing. A gemstone. Oh no, not a gemstone. Oh, that's definitely broken. How will they lift the great vessel without all the carrying poles intact? These tail feathers have seen better days. I swear the color were a lot brighter the last time I saw them. Well, I think we can all agree that the bird boat is in dire need of repairs. How do we go about fixing it? What's going on here? We were admiring your festival float. 'Tis a shame it's in such poor state due to the recent storm, I gather. Yes, we have to leave it exposed while we were ushering our people to safety. With the float in this condition, there could be no lifting of the wings, no inihana. Inihana? That's what the festival was called. I want to help you hold it. Have you not seen our village? Homes are ruined. We're struggling to make repairs, and you want to hold a harvest festival? I know how it sounds, but giving in to misery never improved anyone's situation. A celebration of life and growth may help give you the strength to work through this tragedy. The role of festival leader is mine this year, and there's nothing I would like more than to lift everyone's spirits. But we don't even have enough materials to repair the float. We need the aboxia for the missing eye, and uyupu wood for the poles, and feathers from the winds chosen to adorn the tail. Those are words. Two of these I know. Aboxia is a type of precious stone used in arcane equipment, and upu wood is essential for crafting ceremonial instruments. These chosen feathers, however... The winds chosen is the victor of a competition in which the contestants see who can blow a feather the furthest, using wind magics, and that's something of a problem right now. We Hanu are gifted at employing such airy sorceries, but expend a great deal of mana when doing so. We are soon exhausted by the effort and have no reeds to eat, will only make it harder. The works. I think I understand. Your vibrant reeds grow quickly and vigorously, so much so that they stifle the development of nearby plants. They must be a potent source of the energies you naturally lacked. They are indeed. Owing to the poor harvest this year, we've been left enervated, and if we cannot gather the correct materials as dedicated by custom, we cannot repair the festival float. Oddly enough, we may have just stumbled upon our solution. The winds chosen would be, by necessity, have a natural gift for manipulating magical energies, which means any feathers taken from the victors should be high in etherical conductivity. The float's construction also requires a stone used in arcane equipment, as well as timber favored for ceremonial tools. The demand for such specific materials must have an underlying reason. The float might also function as an arcane device. I'd wager the float is actually a secret weapon for smiting the Hanu's foes. Right, continue, Afano. So it does what? Unleashing rays of searing light from its eyes or some such nonsense? Surely you jest. Me jest, never. While an intriguing supposition, I arrived at a slightly different conclusion. This boat, it reads, is in fact an arcane focus of some kind. A focus for what? Oh, in Ahana. It's a harvest festival, isn't it? That must mean the float was made to encourage healthy crops. So if we repair the boat and hold the festival, its arcane powers might fix what's wrong with the reeds. We won't know until we try, but 'tis a sound theory. Celebration, prayer, and ritual ceremonies, these have all been known to elicit miraculous effects. Wait. The float is a tool for magic? This is the first I'm hearing of it. In the beginning, it may well not have been. After a good harvest year, there would be no reason to change it, but when the harvest was poor, new adornments were likely added, and those who performed the labor may have imbued their work with ardent hopes for a brighter future. Through the years of trial and error, their Hanu would have refined their festival float into a focus for harvest prayers. Incredible. I know you're practically fainting from hunger, but reviving Inahana really does sound like the solution to your woes, and I promise we'll do everything in our power to help you. I'm still not convinced about this focus business, but I accept your aid nonetheless. I will introduce you to the shipwright who's been maintaining the float these last few years. He's replaced both eyes and the poles before, so he should know where and how to procure what we need. Then allow Alize and I to acquire the feathers. We will encourage the people of Okuhana Hanu to gather the Vi for the winds chosen, sharing them with our own reserves of mana. I'll go with you. I carry some of the alchemical brews that may afford the same effect.
Squat! Squat! Squat!
Hi, Kai. Welcome in. How's it going?
You ab-crunching jackass.
Not without me. I've worked hard to fix the float as best I can, and the responsibility is mine after all. I have not introduced myself, have I? My name is Linu Hanu. Nice to meet you, Linu Hanu. And certainly, let's all go together. Appreciate the lurk, Kai. Thank you. Oh my god. I don't know who they were, but there they go. Alright. Squats and crunches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I just smacked my knee. Oh my god, that hurt. Oh my goodness, you son of a bitch. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. Sip of water will do. And then somebody else. Ah! That's not what I meant to do. I'm not breaking the boat, I swear. It was a misinput. Thanks to Wooklamat, we found ourselves a promising way forward. Experience and knowledge are valuable assets, but there is something to be said for following one's instincts. I don't know, I feel like we're giving her too much... What's the word I'm looking for here? Too much credit. These are just gonna get tossed over to the serpent or the twin adder. The shipwright's name is Wook Ibu. He's a Zurabral who only moved to Kozumuaka a few years ago, but has since mastered our customs to an almost frightening degree. He's especially strict when it comes to manners, so make sure to offer him a proper Hanu Hanu greeting. We wouldn't want to offend him right before asking a favor. A proper Hanu Hanu greeting. Oh! That one. Don't worry, I remember how I worry. Let's head to Okubekabe, to the east of here. I'm very worried. So I did a tiny bit of exploration in this area, as far as I can get to without progressing the story, and got all the aether currents that I can get at this point in time. So that's why the map is a little bit more open than it was when we ended stream last night. This is Okbekbe. Okbebe. Shut. Just stop. Just stop. Focus. Focus. Your focus needs more focus. As for Wook, he lives and works in a house of waters high at the top of that large tree nearby. Follow me, but I should warn you, the climb up the stairs can be challenging. What makes you say that? They're just stairs. I was about to try taking off, but I forgot I cannot fly. I'm grounded.
What do you want with me?
Your coin. Give it to me.
Right. The greeting.
She's gonna fuck it up. Nope, nope, nope.
Ohokali.
I don't feel like that was right. Nope, nope, it was right apparently.
Oh, Kali! Good. You brought your manners with you.
Manners maketh the man.
When you know Kanu, do as the Hanu do. For a country as diverse as ours, The preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Well put.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
Ah, I appreciate an open mind. In fact, I get the sense we've met before. You're Wuklamat. Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Wukavu.
Oh, honor. I thought he said
Bragging
horror
on
for a
her
second.
manners, and I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette. Please, take up your axe and claim my impudent head.
You're not. Keep your head.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
I
This
hate
is funny.
formalities anyway, so forget about it, all right?
All right then, consider it forgotten.
Just like that.
How prompt.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's
I like
in
this
bad
dude.
shape, and we
I
needed
love
to
this
craft new
dude.
carrying poles and a new
Yes,
eye.
he's so
I'm told
good.
You work with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
That I do. But while I would like nothing more than to offer my services, I just used the last I had of both those materials. My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm. I'll need 10 days or so to restock.
We can't wait that long. If you tell me where to go, I'll gather them myself.
I don't think my botanist is
What?
high enough level.
Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social
He's gonna ask to
protocol.
get beheaded again, isn't he?
I told you not to worry about such things.
All right then. I shan't worry a whit.
This guy's a real character. I love him. Oh my god.
What's with your Hanu friend there?
I am festival leader this season and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Too many Hanu have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of wings. Your education is impressive, Third Promise.
I think she just got lucky.
Well, maybe a little.
She just got lucky.
Allow me to show you where to procure Uyuipo. We can leave the Abokisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
I've been there once or twice. I can guide you.
That should save us some time.
All right then, let's get moving.
Chosen one of your rivals is making progress.
Ihihana, you say? Should our first choice fail to deliver, It might be wise to let this play out.
What are they plotting?
The third-rate promise is making herself useful after all.
I can't wait to take this motherfucker out of the fucking running. Oh, he's getting on my nerves. Cave Kikitola is southwest of Okuhano. We can return to the village first, then head there on foot. Southwest of here, was it? Let us be on our way. You'll never catch me when I switch into maximum overdrive. I know I should have went with a turbo. I fucking love how SpongeBob can be used in pretty much every context. Cave Kikitola as promised, home to many deadly creatures. Venture inside if you feel confident, but I will conduct my own search out here. You can spot raw ambrosia by its green-hued glimmer. Bring any matching that description to me. I shall help scour the inside of the cave then. You can take the west half, and I'll take the east. Very well. Ooh, yes, vicious creatures, glowflies. That's it? Okay. Hey, oh, how's it going, Prof? How you doing? How's it hanging? Can you not stream while I work? Okay, thanks. I'm sorry, dude. Just throw me up on the big screen. Tell them it's important. Just tell them it's important. I picked over the ground near the entrance, but found nothing. Did you have better luck inside the cave? Yes, this is ambrosia. I'm loving this chat at the bottom. Oh, appreciate it. I was like, what chat at the bottom? What's going on? Along with Krau's contribution, we have then enough for our needs. He is. I wish I could say I programmed it myself. I did not. I scoured the interwebs for this one, but it is friendly to all streaming platforms. So since I am dual streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, any comments that come through, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube, will get shown across the bottom, along with the indicator of where it came from. Completely free, thanks to Nutty. The stones you brought shine very brightly. I thank you both. He would have been happy to know we were putting things right. Truth be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be festival leader for this year's Idahana. But when the big storm hit, he did not survive. It fell to me to carry on in his stead. That's why you agreed to Wuklamat's request, despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right. Though I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out before me, and I will walk it for myself and for my friend. Absolutely fire, indeed, indeed. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. I'm certain our companions are procuring the other materials as we speak. Everything will come together, and the Hanu shall host a splendid and uplifting festival. That we shall. With that, let us return and deliver the Abosh... Fuck, I can't pronounce his name. To Wukibu's hands. It also has the capability of doing the same for TikTok as well as Kick. I will not be streaming on Kick ever, but I am playing around with the idea of starting to stream on TikTok as well. So that may be something to look forward to. We shall see. It's Toucan Sam. Oh yeah, definitely don't want to start a fight with that. That will absolutely obliterate me. God damn it. Riley. That's funny. That is funny. And now I have that fucking Kesha song stuck in my head. Tick tock on the clock, something, 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 something. I don't know the rest of the lyrics. That's literally the only lyrics I know. You know, wake up in the morning feeling like... Yeah, I'm not going to say that lyric. I know she changed it, but I don't know what she changed it to. Brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack. You know, as a kid, when I first heard this song, as a child, as a wee lad, I did not know Jack was alcohol. Me, I was thinking Jack is in, like, jack off, so she's brushing her teeth with a bottle of... Oh, good God. Good God, indeed. Oh, great heavens! Thanks to the third promise and her mighty swings, we collected some suitable logs of Uyupo for the apparition. Yes, these are excellent samples, a goodly quantity too. At this stage, you've likely surmised that lifting of wings encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how, eh? Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes according to plan, the results should be spectacular. How to get the work of now to get to work crafting these pieces for that float. I could use an assistant versed in the arcane arts to enhance the Uyuko's conductivity. Then I'd be delighted to help. Everyone else should head to Okuhano. I will join you in the float once the work here is complete. Oh, good God. They don't need any help whatsoever. They killed everything. I'm not about to, like, credit off of, any gains off of their hard work. That just felt rude. That felt massively rude. Gathering the Uyopo was a trial in and of itself. At first, Wukabu criticized everything I did, then suddenly yelled, "I've spoken ill of the third promise. I must punish myself," and proceeded to slam his head. I told him not to worry about it again, and it was like snuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. At least we've seen to the polls and new eye. Now we must wait for the feathers from the twins. The daisy hunt is on the move. What the fuck? One thing's for sure, chat is certainly livelier. And by chat, I mean like the world chat down here is certainly livelier since getting to the Olal. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Over there, by the float. Isn't that the third promise? Then the rumors are true. She's trying to complete the feat of reeds by reviving Inahana. The festival is prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that it will be enough to save our harvest? The second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Okuhanu altogether. Maybe we asked too much of our young claimants. Oh, I wonder. I wouldn't be too quick to count Kona out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reeds something about what needs to be done. Is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another of his innovations firsthand. That sounds like our Koana. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. It took some doing, but we managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Winds Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. You should have seen it. He called forth an incredible gust that sent the feather sailing for Malms. We had a turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Ehrenvels twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I am a gleaner. Magic is not part of our training. As for us, we brought the wood and gemstone replacements crafted by Wukabu. All that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Papa was guest of honor last time I was here. I remember being surprised they could even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. The rider must be a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn Servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Oh, who is that? You dumb shit. Our beloved Inahana is lifting of the wings is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus I nominate you, Wuklamat, as our guest of honor. Huh? Me? No shit. The boat. Won't make me seasick, will it? Dumb shit. Ah. Then weigh anchor. I can hardly refuse a request for one more enthusiastic about the festival. I hate to say that as much as she grinds my gears with how dumb she is, I find myself saying the same shit as her sometimes. I hate it. Thank you, Klamat. I have roles for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in slow procession towards Kozunokali, where the sacred likeness of Kizalith is coursed. What I'd like you to do is clear the path of dangerous wildlife so that the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. You expect me to sit still until Wook Evu has finished with the float. Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Wook Evu with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and stretches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridge to the stride of the sun. Then we shall see to clearing it to an end. What the fuck? I better check this. I just see that I have a large amount of messages waiting for me. What the hell happened? What did I miss? God damn. As Linuhanu said, Kozuan Kuli should be down this way, then off to the east when the path branches. Then something about bridges and strides of the sun. Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you've culled all the threats you can find, let's meet up. Now that is easy and I can understand. That murder. There's more. Ah, there you are. What in the flying fuck? Oh, that reminds me of that one, what was it? Is it King of the Forest? From, was it Beset? Or, I forget, or was it something with an L from Final Fantasy X? Frogs. Oh god, I need to replay Final Fantasy X at some point. So good. Meow. Ah, you were a step ahead of us. This must be the likeliness of Kihizami, the Hanu Hanu deity of the harvest. Even their sacred images are woven with reeds. I was half expecting a flying whale. A whale? Why a whale of all things? Anyway, it said they were worshipped on another continent. The ancient faith was then brought to Terral by the first Hanu Hanu. What continent would that have been? The Hanu migrated here from another continent, then mayhap the two do share common ancestor. This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we begin back to the Nunu Hanu? You'll want to know the path is safe for the procession. Right, and I need to ride the float. I'll run ahead and tell them we're done here. I've got a bad feeling. I've got a very bad feeling. That involves, what's his name? Is it Bakul Jaja? Yup. Yup.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you.
Yeah, you tell him, Wokuvu.
Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
Bro is your size, dude. Oh,
I
no,
could
never
never
mind.
have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again! This is a priceless treasure! And as festival leader, I would die to protect it!
Very well, if that's what you want.
Cha-cha! I put everything into that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Let's do this.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
You tell them, Alize.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you like.
You can certainly try.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Then it would be foolish to expend effort sweating nuts. Lucky for you. Eh?
Get back here, coward.
Ugh, two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
It'll take more than that to kill me. So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
Thank you for coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against that two-head, I may as well not have been there at all. Nonsense! You stood your ground and bought us time we needed to make it back. You were incredibly brave. Oh, good lord. My back is killing me. With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that the repairs are finished. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be a courtesy to inform the villagers that Inahana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greetings. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Ohokali. See, I remember. Ohokali. With a yada yada thing. It is all I think that's how it's spelled. I might be blind, but I'm pretty sure that is what it is. Thank you for letting me know. I would be very much like to attend the festival, but the repairs should be finished as soon as possible. What to do, what to do. Ohokali. I had to move my microphone because it was getting in the way of my mouse clickies. The festival is about to begin. What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course, I'll be there! Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on all of us, but the lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready! I don't know where that voice came from. It just felt right. It just felt right. Oh, Hokali. What? The float is fixed? Our fallen friends would be glad to know that Inahana will soon be underway. They would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not let their loss deter us from it. I must go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer can. Yes, drink and be merry. Nothing like some good old merrymaking. I really like that fucking mount. It's very nice. The honey were pleased to hear the festival was going ahead, I imagine. This is, well, once your friends return from lifting, the lifting of wings can begin at last. Words are difficult.
So few have come.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukewu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Yeah, get on there.
Right. Off we go.
I don't know why I thought the boat was going to be smaller.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest. But this is not its only meaning.
Oh?
It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Oh.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival!
I don't know why, but he reminds
Let
me
your
of
shoulders
Ernie
burn,
from
or your feathers fall out!
the George
But
Lopez
do
show.
not even think of dropping her! Ready and...
I could get used to this.
That is certainly a sight to behold.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Well, well, well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozanuaki!
Should we be dancing also? I feel like we should be dancing. But no, we're just walking.
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
I'm watching.
The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy. Keshaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
And none of the Hanu can pick up on that? Because I would have thought like lasers coming out of a freaking float's eyes would be kind of prevalent. Instantaneous?
It worked.
like a literal charm.
I mean, I guess you're not wrong there.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible!
Should I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by the festival fever. Last I saw, they were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sight of what you've accomplished. You know what that means. Time to drink. So not all the reeds, but majority.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
I think we succeeded, and then
You've got
Koana
nothing to fear on that account.
will succeed with the rest. I'm
Our
assuming.
situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognize the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater. But today's events remind us of the power in tradition.
Kona!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
Yeah, I guessed right, didn't I? A single drop? Yep.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
Thank you for your explanation,
A method I
Professor
could not have
Alfano.
devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
A mixture of both would
Your
be good.
approach was no less effective, Wuklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little.
He is.
About the reeds, about Ihihana.
But, I mean, that is a trope in and of itself.
With all I've learned this
Knowing
time,
how storytelling
I feel
usually
as though I've
goes,
really
I'm
come to know the
sure
Hanu.
the veil will be lifted from his eyes
I like
by the
you
end
even more now
of
than I did before.
the expansion. I would think. Or at least by the end
The
of the
feeling
Trial
is
of
mutual.
Succession.
And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
I wonder what Bakul Jaja is going to do now.
So this is what they look like.
Looks like caramel.
Go on, set it in the tablet.
A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
A serious
Third
slab,
promise,
that one.
you must join us for Ihihana next season. As Dawn Servant, of course.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now. Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
These are interesting times indeed.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
That doesn't mean it's going to have the same effect.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
He is going to cause some probably irreparable damage. My journey has just started, and already I've met so many wonderful people. Wukavu, for one, he's a bit eccentric. You don't have the right to call anybody eccentric. But everyone could stand to be a little respectable of the other cultures as he is. And Linu Hanu, I warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Ihihana, and help the others do the same. I can't help but feel excited, thinking of who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come on, let's head back to... yeah, that place. What up, Care? And just like that, we found an elector and won our first keystone. I knew I was right to trust in your instincts. Come on, let's keep things moving and march onwards toward Urukopaka. Yes. Chances are good we'll find an elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see what your opportunistic Pelu friend has to say. I've been waiting for what feels like days, and eaten enough of Burukavu's tacos to feed an army. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Urukopaka, we depart from the Arch of Dawn and then take the road west at the first fort. Should we be wary of anything along the way? That is indeed the way to Urukopaka. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do not take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. Not the alpacas. It's alpaca time, isn't it? It's alpaca time. It's got stubby legs. May I introduce to you our most dependable companion, the These animals can traverse Urukapa's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. But they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Alpacas are native to Yogg-Tural. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in place which ill suits qualities where it's not needed anyway? I could read. But we must ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and beating a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and I was the foulest stench you can imagine. Seems like you brought it upon yourself. What, are they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then? So was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair piece for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if I need to ride alpacas to reach her, then that's what we'll do.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Go into the mountain and put it down for good. Let's do it.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp.
That's me right now, Cryo.
Squat!
Oh.
Squat! Squat!
You had to get me mid-stretch.
Jackass.
You had to get me
That one
mid-stretch.
massive peak in particular has quite the presence.
What's up,
It puts
Trashy?
me in
Hope
mind
you're
of
doing
so-
well, brother.
That is Workor Sormo.
You're drinking the wrong
the
water.
tallest mountain in Yggdrasil. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb.
Gatorade. H2O.
Doing all right, brother.
Oh?
Can't
Do
complain
tell.
too much. I hope you're doing well today.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here, of all places. But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watrin Bello.
Truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
That's some good water.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Ooh.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels.
Okay, what do you need from us?
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Very much so.
Yes. They do more than run the markets in Tuliyola. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
I don't think they're as
They
conniving
won't find
as
this
Lala's,
customer so
but
easily charmed.
they may be more what's the word? Calculating.
Watchun Pello's down the path. Off the main road. Don't get lost.
She's getting lost.
It's right there.
Alpaca! They're so fluffy. This is Wachu Pelu, the home of Pelu Pelu. Wuklamat should have arrived before us. That's not good. You've come all this way for the rites of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. No. Please. The outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate then that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. Conniving little bastard. And the nation's ruler should dress her best for all her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady, that's right. Come, third promise, my well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Do not let this Pelu Pelu meet Estinian at all costs. What did we just talk about? Erenville, when did you, Aha, a Shitona from far Zatral. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survived them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No thank you, I'm not in need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, my shop door is always open. You were saying something about not being easily charmed. I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wuklamat will fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Erenvel's words of caution to heart. I've definitely fallen prey to a few peddlers in my day. Fortunately, okay, maybe not fortunately, because I always did enjoy going to the mall, but I was going to say fortunately, since malls are going by the wayside, those peddlers are next to non-existent at this point. Wuklamat is ready to search out thoughts, yada yada yada. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let us do what we came to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kyle, Alize, and I will speak with the merchants. Wuklamat, you and Erenvel might try approaching travelers and passers-by. Meleandra, pray investigate the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. It's a nice sword. It's a very nice sword. The Dawn Servant's Elector. Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the rights of succession, I take it? Me, and I don't care much who sits the throne so long as they keep Terrell peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Get to the Thunderdome and we can see if we get lucky in maps for you for a coffer. How far from the Thunderdome am I? I doubt I'm going to get there tonight. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? Very. Gosh darn it. A joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. But since I'm out of town this weekend, I doubt I'm going to make a lot of progress, aside from obviously stream tomorrow. However, streaming next weekend, obviously I always do the log Final Fantasy XIV streams on Saturdays. I think I can cut out a good chunk. If you pulled an all-nighter, then maybe, yeah, definitely not for tomorrow then. Maybe I should be there in a couple of weeks. You know, having streamed yesterday and today is starting to make me realize maybe I can add another day or two of streaming during the week. So yeah, it's doable. It's doable. Being but freshly returned from trading route. For my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobali, could probably tell you more about it. Tobali. Toby! Tobali. Oh, God. Electors. Oh, yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoralja. If the first prize wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers in the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No, I would not. Very well. You said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no supporter of Zoralja or his policies. Well, that's just so rude. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. Well, I'm gonna put in that ors. Electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous starlings may be tempted to spit on you. Stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes mistakes without Tobley noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. So, guess that's who we gotta talk to next. Oh, Wukelmat, and then find this Tobley character. Nope. I don't have that kind of hops. You ready to watch around these silver... You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and stack of blankets, and then there was the enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobley is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, so it did not get me that time. Good try, though. I applaud thee for trying. Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say that we paid a visit before the others returned. Where am I going? Ah, there you are. That's what I'm assuming you sounded like. Exactly. Every goddamn time. Dude, you gotta catch me when I'm in like mid-fight or like super zoned into like a cutscene. That's a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not to saying I'm scared, of course. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is, though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobley often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could... Alright. Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Heh, so it's like a game. Easy enough, all I have to do is offer Tobley a deal. He can't ignore, no problem at all. I offered him... No, I can't do the fucking Godfather voice. I really wish I could. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great! We can meet back here to share our impressions. I thought I caught you off reading the dialogue, but no. The time from redeem to activating did not work in my favor. This is true, this is true. Well, obviously I'm not Tobley. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You meant to find out for yourself who Tobley is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck! Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Well, now I have to see if it'll spit at me. Nope, nothing. Wait, I could have sworn I could talk to you. Nope. Am I Tobley? Yes, yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? You think I might be Tobley? Well, maybe I am. All I would say that in village, none have reared more alpacas than I. I have no idea which one it is. I think it's the boastful one. I see we've both done of our interrogations. So who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. The boastful ranch hand. That loud boastful fellow? I suppose he could be Tobley. Only one way to find out. Nothing could make me happier than knowing your identity, so how about it we make a deal and you tell me the truth? I have money. Haha! Then I agree to your trade. Done and done. As for my part of the bargain, I am not Tobley, not the head ledger, and not the head rancher, just a humble ranch hand. You're not him? Damn it! I trusted you. The coin could have brought me 300 gourmet tacos. No, I can't let this tragedy, this taco tragedy, distract me from what matters most. We need to determine which one Tobley is. Listen, Wuklamot, we were meant to discuss and ping ideas off of one another. We were not supposed to go immediately with my idea. But nevertheless, it's obviously the diligent ranch hand. I don't know anymore. I'm just picking at random. Ah, the worker's so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. We know it's you, Tobley, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin to confirm your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobley, the head ledger of Wakupelu. I accidentally clicked through that shit. Aha, in a place featured in the Tuliala saga, just as we thought. Though it took more coin than I would have liked to know this for certain. You found you out fair and square, Tobley. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dunservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
Well, okay then. Zoralja.
Zoralja?
I am told the head ledger, Tobley, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobley. That's part of the test.
That's cheat.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge.
That voice coming out of
Per the
this
Dunservant's
child.
Instructions, I was free to
is
devise any
crazy.
manner of feat. I considered the number of possibilities in the 10th column.
I mean, yes,
I
but
think
also
I have a
still
good
cheating.
one.
Am I salty because I didn't get it on the first try?
You must
Yes.
go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Huh?
I've not had the best experiences with alpacas. Aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example! This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Oh, this is gonna end horribly, and I'm looking forward to it.
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what
Totally. Do it. Do it. Fuck her up, alpaca. Fuck her up.
The little monster spat on me! Oh, that stinks! I can't.
Defeated by an alpaca. This is the quote-unquote future Dawn servant.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley braid like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but beatable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
Yes.
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Rude.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Interesting. Ominous, but interesting.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Someone comment on the smell, please.
Are you all right, Uklamat? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Well, this should
Did you find the
certainly
Elector?
an adventure of sorts.
Oh, we certainly did.
That's good stuff. I had to go and wash that nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure the stench has ruined my sense of smell? Hey, I saw that look. Aaronville wishes to discuss the feat of gold. As Wuklamat helped demonstrate, the Valley of Alpacas are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with the alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those, then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to kill, that comes around to 1 million or so. Mayhap if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case... the basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for even more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but don't you think I can turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million. So we're looking at 100 times more. Oh, right. I panicked and got confused with Alphino's million gil. I'm not sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I just hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants toward the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wuklamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whomever she likes. Hooray! Let's see about getting you that saddle then, third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Come aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in the ranch work. With my blue gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly, although Meliandra, I think you should go with Wuklamat. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely have sage advice to share. Sure, sage advice. Right. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing. But I'll leave the wool with Meliandra anyway. The better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. There's like Baldur's Gate rolling at 20, and yes, that's what we get the saddle for, just one thing of wool. Alas, before we continue, actually, let's see, I've been going for 2 hours, taking roughly a half hour more, maybe an hour max. But before I continue, I am going to go to a quick BRB screen while I take a bio break, so bear with me a moment. Alright, let's get a little bit more progress done before we call it for the night. Excuse me. Something I can do for you. We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle. And how will you be paying for it? With a basket of fine alpaca wool. What does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at a day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, Third Promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on! Did you say Third Promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle's going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled your price? Because I must support a man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoralja will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles, lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, Third Promise, but I won't sell you my crab for anything less than my asking price. So it's personal. Because he doesn't want the Third Promise to win. He wants the first promise. Can't say that I blame him. I know for champion peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Palu pray for your victory, Wuklamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors, and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with the quiet prosperity and crave the future of the Second Promises and visions. They've become obsessed with innovations like... I can't pronounce that word, and have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havli, who are conceived that the First Promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. But what about you, Mablu? Aren't you the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Well, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when Yakhui ruled over our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn's servant, to help our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the saddler wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the onset? Nothing's changed. We just need to get on with it. You know, I can respect that point of view. I may not have a hand for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with a piece of... I won't give up with a piece of Tuliolol. At stake. Then neither will I. We will make you dog-servant. I skipped. Fuck. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports you for bid for the throne, for instance. Of course, the Weaver. Bolnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. This is the spot after Bolnock talked to us. He walked off to the south. And he was probably going to Ikovol's Inn. Most visitors of Huachupelo end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Can I have the basket, Meliandra? Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Bolnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise. You wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? I see. So the goal is to turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace in Toral is what allowed me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve the peace win the throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's a fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Bolnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. Have every faith in you, the third promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Meliandra remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental prospects of trading, one which you will instinctively master. You think so? I know so. Now let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Meliandra, you took the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Erenvel would never let me hear the end of it. All set, our next deal is waiting to be found. Oh god, am I actually going to have to figure out how to trade? This is gonna be interesting. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one. They have a fabulous sense of style. It's a nice sturdy poncho, but the design is traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. So only those people with practical need would be interested. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. So where should we begin to search our prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be an interested travelers. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamulja hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguards or sellswords. Mamulja who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamulja carry arms that can be struck off the list. Not him. I can't tell if this one has a weapon or not. Let's see, no, it's a coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Ho there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a tool maker from Tuliolol, and was dressed quite smartly. All the better to show Pelu that I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho! This would be perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. That blade looks sharp, the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. Oh-ho, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful, a fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Mipulu's Mat Garden for one, her field's hands use hatchets to harvest the met, and I thought to impress her with a tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Well, now we know where to go for our next one. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Mipulu's Mat Garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be calm type, right? Beats me. Success, you traded a 500 pel wool poncho for a 1,000 pel hatchet. Well done, recognizing the toolmaker as a potential customer. If you've a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. I was gonna say come to Papa, but I'm playing a female Mikote, come to Mama. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Malblue has so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. Oh, it's automatic. I don't have to move it. Please don't spit. Please don't spit. You'll be fine. These ones are accustomed to people. I still don't trust them. You have a knack for riding no matter what you say. Without our alpaca friends, we Pelu would never have become traveling merchants. Can you imagine walking all the way across Toral? I swear the mountains... I missed what it said. I swear the mountain is too tall to be real. Tamor, wasn't that the name? Right, isn't it? Once I've never appreciated it up close. You have to take the long way around the cliffs to get there, to the highlands belonging to Yok Hui. So Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for wench work? No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. It's just, I'm not sure if I have the talent for it. If I can help buy the taming saddle, though, it'd be proof that I can do this after all. In that case, you'd best get ready to be a merchant. Look, we're almost there. So much reading. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Ikulvo's Inn, so we'll walk the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of the roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you? Third promise. That I was. Then perhaps you understand I was an orphan, too, you see. Tobli took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them. Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I understand, but there's nothing to be upset about. I'm sorry I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading for things for your saddle if you prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets, and with Lamat's way with people, we should have no trouble in making a fabulous deal. A favorable deal. Let's Mooplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the third promise, and let's get to bargaining. Mablu shouldn't worry too much. I understand, but she shouldn't. You have the little X for me. Thanks. Now see what we get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, well, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have to offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of his exceptional tool, make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mat leaves in exchange. A sack of mat leaves valued at 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as the hatchet. This deal will bring us no closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's a harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procure an ample batch of tools as well in advance. We've missed the window for demand in that case. We'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way, a generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe including farming, and will no longer have need for hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wuk-Lamat. That is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose that is a fair price, given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Quana's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you'd like, Mablu. Melandra and I have Matt together. Mate. Matt. Whatever the fuck. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Well, alright then. I can jump this. Yeah. Hops. Imagine if I needed to have my botanist leveled high enough to be able to do this. That'd be a pain in the ass. I see you. Damn, this one has just as many. Holy fuck. So many aether currents to find. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. You've brought me leaves then? An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. Here, we've brought her share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now, it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I am prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mat leaves. A premium no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. We quintupled it. I'll give it a good home and take talk of the contents aside. I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. I believe, what's wrong? It was as I was saying before. Everything after Tobley's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting the basic rule of trade. How could I accept Tobley to accept my decision then? So you intend to give up then? I can't. After getting the taste of the real thing, I want to be a merchant more than ever. Then you'll have to just be honest. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace and become the Dawn Servant. Becoming Dawn Servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobley held the same opinion. So talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than to worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want the success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We try our trade for tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 pel? No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Koana and Zoralja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Wuklamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. So I don't think there was a way to go wrong in this. I was thinking I have to be a little bit more involved to select the correct trades, but nope. Before we go, let me give you the Met Leaves. I don't need to risk proving Erinvel's point. Just following the main road, it won't take us long. I made a wrong turn. Or did I? Well, we'll want to speak with a man by the name of Gobli. Even among fellow distillers, he's regarded as the master of his craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we're to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you can talk to the people here in the distillery manager, perhaps Wuklamat could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. Alright then. Me? I'm a chef from Tuliolong. I come here to buy Gobli's mezcal, the finest in Toral according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during his dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever his prices quotes me. It would be nice to have less, potent refreshments during such conversations, else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. Gobli might be deft at distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he will be laughed at out of sun perch. There's not much I can say about Gobli, but I can tell you what Gobli's been saying. The other day he was just muttering about monsters prowling around agave jaws that's filled where they gather the ingredients for mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of the product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the stuff they love. So what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all those tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Gobli is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and I'll bring Wuklamat. You have business with me, madam. Why don't we talk down below so as to not distract the alpaca from his work? Now, what's this about? Keep it brief. If you would, I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Ah, an excellent choice. I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer a sack of mat leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, like the mezcal. No deal. Mat leaves are well and good and all, but I don't have any use for them. No deal? Just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you on your way empty-handed. Why don't we have a chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? So we're doing this in order. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, a Habago chef, is the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mat tea, for instance, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. I see. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance on the part of my Hobako friend, but I hadn't realized myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with the added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. Could we offer to call the monsters, causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeve until we need it. As I expect, you're aware the rite of succession is currently taking place. That is why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent accession ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be rumored that your invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes. I must admit, I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I can secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you talk to Volok Shunza. It would be a shame to miss the chance of a lifetime for want of proper garments. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing, an introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolnok, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliolol. As a supporter of Wuklamat and a keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtless be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit that fits the golden occasion. This is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I should like to take full advantage of, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in the agave jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clean them out. Factoring in the saved expense and introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Meleandra and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use that time to pen an introductory letter to Bolnok. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wakupelo. Be safe. Alright. We'll finish off this quest and then call it there. That should be the agave jaws over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you've finished clearing out your share of the pests. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this was no challenge at all. Come, let's head back to the distillery. All that's left is to get Mablu the sack of leaves to conceal the deal. Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the mat leaves and the written introduction to Balnook has agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal aged 3 years. Please accept it with my compliments. Yes, we finally have the mezcal. Great work. Especially you, Mablu. You were the ones that inspired me to come this far, Third Promise. But let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you, but truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand for now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Hell yeah. But that's gonna be it. All right. As always, goodbye to YouTube first. I will see you guys mañana. Take it easy.